So when I first had cancer, I was 17, and it's a nonprofit that like asks dying kids, or like, potentially dying terminal illnesses, like what they want to do before they die. And like a lot of them choose like shoppings, or I think the most common one was like to go to Disneyland
Really?
because
Oh,
usually
I
it's
guess it's
little
usually for,
kids.
yeah, no, that makes sense. That would make
I
sense, yeah.
was 17 when I got cancer. Burkitt's lymphoma. I think then it turned into a stage 4 cancer over time, just because like it went blood, into my blood, and then it kind of just went everywhere.
Yeah.
I had a really just crazy chemotherapy because Burkitt's lymphoma is like one of the most aggressive cancers. Usually it dies relatively quickly for cancer. Like I think I was only in the hospital for 7 or 8 months, but I was basically. They had me on ridiculous chemotherapy, and there was times where my skin would fall off.
What?
It was wild.
Oh my god.
Really, really unpleasant.
Do you even know, like, was there like a reason why you got cancer or anything? Do you know, like, any like habits or anything that caused it?
It's really funny because my family has a history of cancer on both sides.
Oh.
This is not a genetic cancer. And another funny thing is I used to do a lot of urban exploring before I got cancer, and my immune system is too shitty. Like if I fall off another because I used to fall really high heights all the time when I would explore in high school. And if I do that now, I'm gonna just crumble and not get back up. So I just stopped entirely. But it wasn't from all the asbestos. So we used to go to asbestos and black mold filled areas.
Wait, what? Did you just like explore like as a kid or something?
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, back when I was in high school, like
Oh my God.
between the ages of like 14 and 16, I used to go to abandoned places all the time. One of my friends had a driver's license. We used to go out. I would wear a gas mask and have full CBRN like suit, and none of my other friends would. I just think that's really funny that I ended up being cancer.
Yeah,
I was the only one, but it wasn't as asbestos related either. It was just a completely random. Apparently, the type of Burkitt's lymphoma I have is usually a result of getting malaria, and it starts off in your immune system.
Wait,
I did not have any malaria antibodies, so they do not know how I got it.
Do you have like any other like lasting like symptoms other than like your immune system?
Nerve damage. I can't ever drink or smoke. Another thing is all of my friends smoked like chimneys in high school. I never did, and I was the one that got cancer. I kind of just like got really, really unlucky.
Yeah, how long ago was this that you like went through like chemo and all that?
So this one, I'm almost 21 now, and this was when I was
wow.
17. So it was delayed. It was mostly because of COVID. There was no one in the Valve offices when I made the wish, and they kept asking me, "Do you want to do something else?" And I was like, either I die, and like I'm not gonna really care I didn't get to go to Valve because I'm dead, or like I'm gonna be really bummed that I chose something kind of lame like Disneyland.
Why did you choose Valve? Touring Valve?
I've just really been a giant fan of Valve games my whole life. Team Fortress 2 is probably like just lore of Valve games has been my hyperfixation since I was like 12.
Oh, good.
I've read the comics so many times.
Oh my god.
That cliffhanger kills me inside every single time.
I'm still so pissed we haven't got the last comic. And the
Oh my
fact
gosh,
that we
I asked
probably
about that
won't.
while I was there. I asked about that when I was there, and they said that it's like completely written and like most of it's done, but they can't promise it'll like ever be out anytime soon. That's what they told me.
No.
So I'm hoping they seem pretty hopeful it'll eventually come out when I asked them.
Damn. All right. Is it just because they don't have any like artists or anything to make the comic
I
itself?
don't know actually. I have like literally no idea.
Weird.
It was wild because I went to the room with CS2, right? It's just this whole ass room with like tons of people in it. Dota had a whole ass room with tons of people. They had I think there was another one, but Team Fortress 2 is just one guy. I don't think it had its own room. I don't think it had its own room anymore.
Oh shit! Wow. So
Yeah.
it like I saw like on like your pictures, there were a lot of like TF2 memorabilia was just scattered around the office then.
Basically, everyone that works there has worked on TF2 at some point.
Hmm.
So they have like this. This is common knowledge already, but they basically are allowed to work on whatever they want, and as long as they get what they say they're gonna get done. They like don't have any set hours. They make their own hours, and the workplace there is just bonkers. They had it like a convenience store worth of snacks and drinks everywhere.
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm not over exaggerating. They had like 16 different of those convenience store freezers, all full of different snacks and things.
Like
right?
like a gas
And then
station.
Yes, like a gas station. They had a massage parlor where their employees could schedule massage time in office
God.
without leaving the building. They had private hairdressers. They had multiple like 5-star private cooks. Like it was wild.
I can't think of any other company that would do that kind of thing.
They had an area to sleep in office.
Oh my god! Wow. All right.
It was wild. They had like people to take care of kids there, and they had a play set that looked like Pyroland, right? Like giant lollipop trees, a big slide that was the Balloonicorn. It was wild.
Oh my god. Wow. Jeez. Oh god. Yeah, no, I've always wanted to visit Valve for the longest time, but I've never been able to get to Seattle. I don't really have any connections to get into there, but wow.
I'm honestly thinking of moving there at some point. I want to get out of rural,
my girl,
middle of nowhere.
Last week or 2 weeks ago, my girlfriend moved out to Seattle for a co-op, and I immediately told her to see if she can get into Valve. Just sneak in or something, please. I beg of you. Just like look.
I have no idea like the process because like I did it in a weird abnormal way.
Yeah, what was the process of that? Yeah,
I told Make-A-Wish this is what I want to do, and then they got back to me a week later and said they said okay, but it'll be a really long wait. And I said okay.
Huh.
And then I waited like 3.5 years.
Yeah, did you end up like feeling like giving up eventually? Like that they would get back to you?
I had a lot of other shit going on. I just like usually didn't think about it for long periods of time, honestly.
That's fair. That's fair. So did you end up just getting like an email or something saying, "Hey, you're going to Valve" or something?
I mean, like originally we'd schedule it, Make-A-Wish would contact everyone, so I'll schedule it, and then it got delayed again. I was gonna do it back in December, and as an apology for snow delaying it, I have over here like a giant poster with a bunch of signatures on it and like a handwritten letter.
Oh wow!
Apologizing for it, and then I went there this time, and I got a Valve index with a box covered in signatures. So like I got to keep this box now. It's upstairs.
Oh wow!
I say upstairs, but it's like
just like a bunch of different Valve employees.
Yeah. I got a Steam Deck where the case of it's like a limited edition, like one that has like the HEV suit colors, right? And it's also just covered in signatures. The case is.
Oh my god!
I got one of those. You know those little action figures they don't sell anymore for TF2 that are a pain in the ass to collect because they're absurdly expensive. I got one of those covered in signatures.
Wow.
I actually ranted about how much I loved gyro aim on the Steam controller, and it just so happened I was talking to the person that added gyro aim to the Steam controller, and he was like the person that decided that was a good idea. So he went out of his way to give me like something they weren't originally going to give me, right? Like he looked for it. He gave me a Steam controller and like a Wheatley skin for it that I think was like a Comic-Con thing or something.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I love using the Steam Deck so much. I forget what it was like maybe a year ago. I didn't have my PC. It literally caught on fire. Don't ask why. So I had to use the Steam Deck. Oh my god, the gyros. As an IT nerd, the fact that happened pains me. So give us just a summary of the tour. Like, what was the process? I came in with. I'm trying to actually let me think of the event. So I came in and then I saw their lobby and they're like big weird. You know that Steam Deck like array that they used for the Steam Deck OLED commercial? Yeah, the giant sphere. So like the previous night before I came in there, the employees had put a little like tray inside of it and had gone to the top of the stairs and they were seeing how whoever could get like the closest with a paper airplane into it won, I guess. So there was just like paper airplanes all over it, which was really funny to me. All right, wow. I don't know how any work gets done there. That just there's so many distractions for them to do. Yeah, God. It's like an amusement park for programming nerds. Oh my god. Like, I can't imagine what working there is like. Yeah, wow. That sounds wild. Yeah, who greeted you at like the Valve office? Were you like toured by specific employees or something? I cannot remember people's names and I feel bad. I remember Eric S. just because like I've had multiple conversations and other emails with him. He's actually on my friends list and has offered to just randomly join my games while I'm playing TF2, which has been cool. Oh, really? Yeah. Wow. I just think the whole Valve thing was just so freaking cool. I went down and they showed me a bunch of prototypes for their like old Steam Decks and old like the stuff that they like this prototype versions of Steam Deck. They like really hold them and screw with them, and a whole bunch of like the old half-made versions of the Steam controllers and stuff. That was pretty cool. Were there any like really like wild designs that are like completely different from? Oh my gosh, products? Yeah! I specifically asked them, "What's the weirdest design? Please show me." And there was just like, they ranged from really wacky to like incredibly impractical with buttons in weird places. At one point, they had the idea to like let you like pull out the buttons to make it modular, but they couldn't find a way to make that work comfortably, and it just looked like it had horrible hand feel in the hands. That hurts my brain just to think about pulling out the buttons. What? Yeah, like why? No, like they came out in like little discs that had the buttons and the joystick on them, so you can move them around. What? Oh, so it's modular, so you can like shift it around based on your own personal need. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it was funky. It was sort of neat just to see all the old like prototype versions. Who did you end up like getting to meet and like talk to? Do you like remember like anyone that was in prominent? I met a lot.
Yeah, I met a whole bunch of the people that made the Meet the Team videos animated. I met some of the people that made the original like Team Fortress mod, like for the Half-Life, right? That was awesome.
Oh my god, wow.
I met one of the people that like level designed for Portal 2, like the freaking puzzles, which was also awesome. I love that series too.
God, it's so weird to think about. Yeah, the people who worked on those old games are still working at Valve.
Would you leave that work environment?
No, it's fair. For some reason, in my mind, it feels like it's entirely new, different cast of crew. No, it's just so wild.
Like maybe if it was EA, it would be after like 20 years, but like. If I worked there, I would die before I stopped. Like, oh my god. Like,
no, that's fair. Wow.
That's wild. Their work environment seemed bonkers.
Yeah, wow.
Alright, it's just kind of funky because like as a trans person, like a trans femme, like recovery I think was weirdly weird for me because when I had cancer, I looked a lot more like androgynous than I did like before cancer, and I actually like really liked that because it got rid of all of my muscle definition, it got rid of all of my body hair, and I thought that was based as hell. But then after chemotherapy like stopped and it like started coming back, I just like straight up like went into a depression for like 2 years, and I've been on HRT for like a year now, thankfully, and I have like a social fucking like group again. So like
yeah, I was wondering about that. I didn't know if you had if you started that like during chemo or after. Like I would not. Would no. I like imagine doing it during. I was like, oh my god.
My family is fucking crazy religious. My stepdad's a fucking pastor.
Oh god, wow.
So he took that about as well as you would expect, stereotypically.
Makes sense. Okay, going back to the tour itself. Like, did anyone you meet to talk about TF2, such as like what the plans are with it, the summer update, bot crisis, that kind of stuff?
I mean, they're aware of the bot crisis. They just I don't think have enough people to hit. Everyone's really busy on other projects, and I can't imagine that they want to screw around with Team Fortress 2 spaghetti code.
That sure is. It is a mess, from what I've heard.
I know they told me that they have like stuff like planned for it, but
I'm assuming after they finish all their work on their other projects.
I don't know. I know they plan to at some point make the comic, which is awesome. I'm a humongous fan of that.
It is disappointing that they.
One of the animators. Oh, sorry.
It is disappointing that they say that they just don't have enough people for the project, like for TF2. Like they're just that spread thin.
From what I saw, they're not like a huge dev team, like comparatively.
Which is surprising because I feel like they could hire a lot more people. They have the wealth for that.
Also, people tend to do multiple jobs. Like a lot of the programmers are also artists, and a lot of them, because they do cross training while they're there. Like if you come there as a programmer, you're going to come out knowing how to do a bunch of other stuff too, because they like
in case you want to move over to other projects and stuff.
Yeah, so like most of the people there work in multiple like places. One of the animators for Fraggle Rock worked on the Meet the Team videos.
Wait,
just thought that was interesting.
Wait, hold on.
Fraggle Rock. Yeah,
wait, hold up. It better not be the thing. That. Oh my god. I forgot about that. That's so wild. Yeah. Jesus.
Apparently they have like stop motion animator, like people that started animation and stop motion there too, which I thought was cool.
Oh wow, interesting.
It was wild hearing about like some of the stuff their employees did. Yeah, I didn't ask them too much about the bot crisis because the Team Fortress Classic team actually did ask them questions about that when they went a few weeks ago, or a couple months ago now. So I just didn't want to like ask questions that had already been recently asked.
That makes sense. Did you ask about anything else though?
I'm trying to think.
It doesn't have to be about just it. It can be like anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I honestly like half the time I was there, I was just like nerd girl, like fangirling out about all the stuff that they like. I probably should have asked more questions, but I was more like, oh my god, is that the thing from X or Y or?
No, that's entirely fair.
Can I touch the big statue? I was told to email them some questions, and I'm trying to like come up with a full list of things I want to ask them. Because at the end they're like, yeah, like they had Q&A at the end, and basically what I told them was, if I ask any questions here, I'm gonna hate myself literally tomorrow for not asking like different ones.
You don't understand how lucky you are, because I literally have a Google form of like 8,000 questions for the community I want to ask Valve. I've been trying to reach out to them so many times, but they just won't.
I'm trying to think of like what all I want to ask them.
I can help you figure out like create a list if you would like. I would
sure. Totally love it and send some of them.
Oh my god,
I freaking love Valve games. They're great.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, I know someone's been told before. They told me about that Crate Baby thing, which was funny. That I got the idea from the gnome for. Where basically playtesters would put the baby from the playground area into the crate from the playground area and just see like how far they could get it without the baby falling out of the crate. And like so then they had the idea of just having a specific, right? And the next episode where he would just take it and that was the bit. They got the idea from playtesters fucking around with physics and saying how far they could take it. Also, while I was there, they randomly threw out the idea because it's like I brought up like how weird it must be to watch people break the games with like speedrunning, and they were saying that they like to go out of their way not to patch stuff that like the average player would never find without looking, because it makes speedruns more interesting.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And they also randomly, one of the developers like spout out the idea where it was like, we could put like a monster that chases you when you get out of bounds and just make it so that any speedrunner has to outrun that or they lose.
Oh, like giving them a challenge. Were there any other like interesting rooms that you found in the fort? Like I saw you were like in a mocap suit at one point.
Yeah, they submitted. They were like, "Do you want to do mocap stuff?" I was like, "Yes." And then at one point they randomly throw out, "Yeah, we suspend people from the ceiling." I'm like, "You could suspend me from the ceiling? That sounds radical." It was radical actually, and it hurts a little bit. My legs went really numb really fast.
Oh wow.
It was really really uncomfortable to be suspended from the ceiling, honestly. They told me a story of one time, so they have a sniper rifle, right? It's like not a real one, but it looks real for like the mocap. Because when they're doing mocap with weapons, they want things that are of realistic weight, so the movement's more real and a realistic shape. But they have a fake sniper rifle with a real scope, and they're on like one of the higher stories of their building. And so one of them was using it as a telescope to look around town, and somebody saw that. And
oh no.
Nothing bad happened, but that was a funny story that they told me.
Oh, that's so good. Did you get to see any like behind the scenes work of like their projects?
Mostly hardware stuff. I mean, like unless you count like seeing how they do all the mocap and like the programs they use and stuff, I did see that. And I saw like how their offices are structured and stuff, which was cool.
Oh, yeah, explain that to me.
Yeah, like they have like moving desks, like so they can just move around to anywhere in the building really easily. They have like elevators to take them up and down floors. So like, if you finish your work and get bored of like working on Dota 2 or whatever, you just be like, you know, go to any other room in the building.
All right.
It seemed like basically everyone, or not everyone was either working on the Dota or CS. Is it Dota 2 that it's called? I don't remember.
I think it's Dota 2. I that's one.
I don't play Dota.
That's one of the few like Valve franchises.
It's the only Valve game I haven't
yep.
played. I have played the like somebody posted the files for the Dreamcast version of Half-Life. Oh yeah, they told me that at some point they want to, during the 25th anniversary, they were originally going to upload like the Dreamcast version, but like it was sort of a headache, and they still kind of want to at some point, but like it's just like, you know, since it was an old project, knowing who owns everything or who has publishing rights is kind of a pain.
Mm-hmm.
So they just didn't.
Okay.
But they seem to have a somewhat of an interest of like officially posting that on the Steam store at some point.
Oh.
Like I randomly ranted at them about how like I just admitted to them, yeah, I downloaded an illegal copy of the Dreamcast version. And they're like, yeah, we planned it to. They didn't seem to give a shit. I thought that was pretty based. And then obviously I had the whole bit as I wanted to have a ridiculous weapon that like you would see like pulled out, and then I wanted the unusual hat to be something impossible to obtain but hard to notice. Just because I think the bit of someone seeing me in game, right, not thinking I'm afraid to play, then I pull up something stupid, is just, it never stops being funny.
Yeah.
Every time someone notices that, it's incredibly amusing to me.
Yeah, because like the screenshot you have of you just wearing like power fishing goggles and the gibbous is so wholesome, and then you just have like a gold pan.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How did that process work, by the way? Like, did you just like ask like for those items?
Yeah,
like,
I literally just asked. I just asked when I saw him. I asked Eric Smith. Yeah, can I have like special items? He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, unusual goalie frying pan. He's like, do you want a hat too? I'm like, yeah. Then I messaged him a couple days later which hat I wanted. And one of the people in my family came with me. He also asked for a golden frying pan. We got one too.
He was just like a friend that came with you as well.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Yeah, it's noticed. I've noticed that the community has seen to those that your friends like Sunbeam's pan.
Oh
recently.
Yeah, it's really funny because whenever he beats someone, because he's better at the game than I am. I have horrible eye-hand coordination, like just awful. I can't aim worth a darn. But he tends to like do actually good in the game that he's in. Whenever he wins, he's apparently on multiple occasions had people message him, "I hope you die of cancer," which is really funny because he's not even the one that had cancer at one point.
How many people have tried adding you to scam you or for the pan? By the way,
it's untradeable. I don't even know if I have friends enabled. It's like I got a cool Steam profile. Usually I have
I was able to send an invite to you, but it doesn't like automatically go through. I don't
get notifications. I just turned off really? Like I don't get notifications from anything on Steam really.
Oh, that makes sense.
I have them disabled. Oh no, I do have Steam friend requests. It's just like don't have them make noises or anything.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
I just ignore them all, and I don't think I have. Yeah. Also, it's untradeable, and it's like you can't interact with it other than equipping it. So.
Which that makes sense.
I guess they could send me a phishing link, but like.
Yeah, that's probably the best way. Try and figure out how to get into your account.
It's like, I'm not that boneheaded. I have multiple factor authentication. I grew up in RuneScape. I know not to click links and just make sure.
Yeah,
it's like fair. I've played games with economies in them since I was like 10. I understand that everyone wants to steal your shit.
Thank God, because there's so many times where people have like really rare items like gold pants and stuff and just don't know what to do with it.
Oh yeah, I added little trans trans pins on my character loadout. That's the only change I've made. I can send you a screenshot of the loadout I'm using now. When I did the LAN party with Valve, they actually just had me like join a server with a command when I joined them.
Oh, you did like a LAN party with them? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I did at the end of the thing. It was like 20 Valve employees. It was pretty funny.
Oh wow!
They had most of the effects on the Valve weapons were broken, and then the Team Fortress 2 developer was like, "Yeah, it keeps giving me the message error invalid effect." But he offered to fix it, so potentially Valve weapons have working.
I am interested in seeing how they managed to just add the particle effect to your golden pan. Like, I wonder if they just imported the hat effect over. Because I'm a particle maker, I make my own particle effects and stuff. So like, I really want to see that file. But the thing is, they didn't update TF2 to incorporate it or anything, so they must have not modified it too much. Hello, welcome. Oh my god, that is so noisy. Oh my god, that's really demands your attention. Oh my god, it's so much. It's so many particles. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so on Scout I don't see it, but if the model for some reason of the hand gets close enough to like the face, I will see the particle effects load in on my end.
Weird.
So like characters like Soldier I will see.
Yeah, because for weapon effects, technically there's supposed to be two different files. That is one for the world model and one for your own view model. So it sounds like something about the view model isn't right, because I don't know. Yeah, no, that is like, you just look like a normal scout, and then just you pull out that and oh my god.
I just think that the community sparkle being really unnoticeable on the top hat is funny.
God, wow, all right. It is a very, I don't even see that usual effect run a lot either. It's very rare when I
just thought it would look cool.
It does look really nice with the gold. That's probably one of the better effects you chose.
Yeah, I just
there we go, that works. All right, let's see.
I like the backstabbing with a pan is just.
Oh my god, it really does just come.
Yeah,
oh my god, what?
It's just a miasma all over the screen.
Oh my.
I think it's the worst on Demo Man for some reason. It does something similar on Spy, but I think it's the worst on Demo Man.
That is genuinely. Oh my god. Okay, and so when you walk forward, you just see the when you walk back,
I just think that's fun.
God.
I'm gonna look up original and usual effects just so I can remember which one my brother got. Sunbeams, it was Sunbeams. Yeah.
It's
when
weird.
he drops it on the floor, it still does that.
It's weird because like I saw a Reddit post saying that a couple years ago someone else got Sunbeams golden pan, but I can't find any other evidence of it. I'm not sure if there is one.
I'm assuming that they just always kept their account private because it didn't show up on anywhere until my brother unprivated his account for like 4 seconds, and then it was. Yeah. Oh no, it's just as bad on Spy, if not worse. I was wrong.
Oh really?
It's like blinding, yeah.
Hold on, let me swap over real quick.
I find it really cool, but like it is slightly distracting.
Yeah, because typically for unusual weapons, you have to hand tailor it for each weapon so it stays onto it. But it looks like for some reason that it's still trying to spawn from the player.
I just think that's kind of funny, honestly, just because if anyone picks it up, then they have flashbangs of
That's so goofy seeing a Spy hold that too. Oh my
god. Is.
Alright, there. Let me see. Hold on. Oh my god, it is bad. Oh my god, walking backwards, dear god.
When you go invisible, it disappears, and when you like disguise, it does too. So it's not nearly as bad since it's easy to get it off your screen with Spy.
But then when you stab, you immediately alert.
Yeah.
Oh, and it still stays disappeared after you undisguise, unless you swap off. Okay, that makes sense. We swap.
Like the downside of the Spy sickle that everyone knows when you use it is also here. So it's like just stock, no upside, but a downside. Which I think is funny too.
Because it still does the statue.
Yeah.
Oh god. Have you played casual with it yet? Have you gotten recognized
I
with it?
have. People tend to notice. I wanted to go really overboard just because like this isn't always on my screen and people won't always notice it.
Yeah. No. If you get stabbed by that or killed by that,
you're gonna notice.
And then just the normal subtle hat. Everything I need because I do have D&D I need to go to.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye. Thank you again for doing this.
No problem.